Teachers do more with less than just about anybody out there. For 20 years, this office has focused on helping teachers and their families stay healthy. One of the ways that we've been really successful at doing that is by helping them develop a food plan for getting the proper nutrients into their bodies during their crazy busy teaching schedules. This plan that we've put together helps them get good protein, good essential fatty acids, all the good stuff that they need, delivered in a way that lets them use their 14 minutes that they have for lunch for something as productive as possible. What we're going to do in this video is take those ideas that we've condensed down over 20 plus years in practice and make them really accessible for you. I am Dr. Joshua Fink. I'm one of the chiropractic physicians here at Midwest Family Wellness, and this is the MF Food Plan. Okay, so what we want to do is start with breakfast. So breakfast is our first opportunity to get good food into our body, kind of prepare ourselves for the day, for whatever the heck is going to happen. It's one of the few meals that we know that we can control. We don't know what is going to happen to us during the day. We don't know if a water main's going to break. We don't know if there's going to be an ice storm. What we know is what we're going to have for breakfast because we can set it out the night before to make it fast. Whatever that thing is, we like it to be protein dense. What I mean is that protein goes a long way towards slowing down sugar absorption, and it goes a long way towards making you feel full for longer. It's called the satiety index, if you have time to look it up, which you don't. That's why you're watching this video. Protein forward foods, scrambled eggs is just a great example. You get oatmeal, banana, almost anything that comes in its own package is going to have a decent amount of protein. And by that I mean all of your natural, unprocessed foods. We know what's in them. We know what's going into our body. We can pretty much key the amount of protein that we're going to take in based on that. Protein and carbohydrate, that's our breakfast. So if you want to make instant oats the night before, go right ahead. Smoothies with yogurt is your number one way to just pack a whole bunch of stuff into your body without having to think about it. All you need is a blender or a very energetic young person to chop that up for you. It's no problem. As far as troubleshooting breakfast, the biggest complaint that we've heard from people is that they just don't eat breakfast. If they're doing intermittent fasting, if they're doing some other type of diet, or calorie restriction, I understand that, but I might ask them to look at how much food they're truly taking in with breakfast and what their goals are with a restricted calorie diet. We want to make sure that we're giving them something to get out the door on so that they can produce really well early in the morning. And so I tell people, if you're not used to eating breakfast, if you don't like eating breakfast, all you really need to do is eat a little bit, and then the next day just a little bit more, the next day a little bit more, and give your stomach, give your body time to adapt to those changes. Breakfast is a way, and really one of the only ways that we have as teachers of controlling what's going to happen to our body that day. Okay? So we have the list of foods that we like to eat. Pick one from there, start there, and then work on that going forward. Okay? Now, let's go to lunch. Okay, lunch. Breakfast, we knew what was going to happen, right? Lunch, maybe something crazy has happened. Maybe we've only got a couple minutes to eat. Some people might have half an hour, an hour. We're going to base this on about 13 minutes, and that's what most of my preschool teachers report as being the time that they have to eat. How on earth are we going to get the materials that we need into our bodies in 13 minutes? It's real simple. We're going to make a big ass salad. No problem. What you're going to do is go get anything that is green, has a leaf, and is not poison ivy. You're going to take that and chop it up. How much? As much as you can eat in 13 minutes. What you're going to do to that salad is you're going to add eggs for protein, or chicken for protein, steak for protein if you hit the lottery. Any of that to make sure you get that 15, 20, 25, 30 grams of protein. Why do we care about protein? Because we're carrying over this idea of a protein-forward diet, using it to regulate our blood sugar, using it to control our satiety, and if we're lucky, trigger some muscle protein synthesis. I know. The big deal here is you can add bell peppers, onion if you like it, garlic if you like it, any of those other natural ingredients to help make the salad more palatable. But what you really need is your green leaf fibery filler and a whole bunch of protein. Now the other thing you're going to do is you're going to get a really great dressing and then throw that in the trash. Go find a bottle of omega-3 fatty acid in a liquid form. We call that extra virgin olive oil and you're going to use that for dressing. Why? Because omega-3 fatty acids are incredibly good for the body. They're an essential fatty acid. When you heat them, they're not as bioavailable as they are when they're cold. The best way to get them cold is by putting them on a salad and using them as dressing. Now, what you've managed to do is take a calorie count out and put in something incredibly healthy that will help your body digest as a fat. That's really, really useful for us because we can bind all the things that we need into one little package and shove it into our mouths and eat it, all right? One of the things that we do when we troubleshoot this, people are like, I don't like, extra virgin olive oil. I just want to use regular olive oil. The supplement industry is not heavily regulated. The FDA's got a lot to do. One of the things they do care about is extra virgin olive oil because it's not a supplement, it's a food. If you have olive oil, extra virgin olive oil, and you mislabel it, the FDA will come to your house and they'll take your dog. If you have a supplement that's not what it says it is, nobody does anything yet. So this is a way of ensuring we get high quality, really good grade omega-3 fatty acids into our body. When it comes to controlling our inflammatory response, helping with obesity, helping with brain function, you can't get enough of that stuff, okay? So what's the take home from this? You can go and prepare all this stuff, usually Sunday night and then again Wednesday night because the salad might go bad. Or what you can do is just go buy bags of it. It's really, really cost effective to do that. Just get rid of that dressing, okay? Some people say, well, I like this dressing or I like that dressing. I do too. But we're talking about getting through the day and getting the healthy stuff we want into our bodies. And that's the way that we're going to do it, all right? The big ass salad will save you if you let it, all right? Now, let's talk about afternoon snacks. Okay, afternoon snack. You got through breakfast. You got through lunch, good job. Now you've got this massive time desert between when you had lunch and when you'll be home for dinner. And who knows what's going to happen. When we get to 2, 3 o'clock, blood sugar is going to start changing again. We're going to want another injection of protein and some carbohydrates. So this is really the time I tell people, like, if you have to eat processed food, packaged food, this is the time to do it. It's hard to bring a bunch of good food every single day. And so this is something you can get away with. A protein bar, or if you have apples, anything like that is going to help you get by to where you can get to dinner, or at least get out of the craving zone. We're going to try to regulate our blood sugar to push back those cravings by making sure we have a high satiety and making sure we have a lot of good nutrients coming into our body. So what I call the self-packaged foods, apples, bananas, all of that stuff is going to be great here. I tell other people, hey, just think about it like second breakfast. Whatever you wanted for breakfast but you didn't have, bring that with you and have that for an afternoon snack. Okay? Some people think that snacking is bad, or we were maybe taught that growing up. It's absolutely not. Just think about it as regulating your blood sugar, regulating what's going on around you. And if you have something in a package or something that you made up and in a grouping, you don't have to think about it, right? We want to take away those decisions. We don't want to make any decisions when we're hungry. We don't make any decisions when we're tired. And we don't make any decisions when we're mad at our classes, right? We want to have that done for us. So I tell people, second breakfast, low thought input stuff. Make sure it's got a decent chunk of protein in it, and extra carbohydrate is perfectly fine at this point, right? We're going to make it through. We're going to try to get to dinner, all right? So now we have that. We go on with our day. Let's talk about dinner. Okay, you made it. You got through breakfast. You got through lunch. You had your snack. I want to talk to you about dinner. Dinner, you can relax. I want you to use your dinner to round out your numbers. Maybe your dinner's at 10 p.m. Maybe your dinner's at 5 p.m. There are points in your day where you're not going to be able to control a lot of stuff. And then by the time we get home, hopefully get home, we have dinner. Dinner is what I tell my patients to use to relax. Have a nice meal. You can cheat a little bit. You can make some mistakes. It's okay. Look at how good you were for the most of the day. You got your protein counts in there. You can now use your dinner to round that out, right? Get those protein numbers up. The RDA for protein is 0.7 grams per kilogram of body weight. That is the low end, right? That's below that is clinically unhealthy. Well, we don't want to be playing around with that number. We want that number a lot higher, right? And so there's lots of great research out that I would encourage you to read that talks about changes in protein counts. That's why we harp on it here. because it does so much for us. So use your dinner to round out your numbers, hit your protein goals, and then have a nice relaxing time knowing that you didn't totally hose it, throughout most of the day. Teaching is hard. No one is accidentally a teacher, and if they are, they're not accidentally a teacher for long. Using this method, doing the stuff that we've set aside, we have found that it really helps a lot of our teachers. They take a lot of their pressure from the day out. They take a lot of their thoughts out of the day out. It frees them up, right? Is it restrictive? Not really. Is it organized? Yeah. Is it disciplined? Yeah. That's what it takes to get through the day when you've got 100 things going on. A lot of our other healthcare professionals, we do the same thing for them. So I want you to celebrate how you got through the day, and now we're going to have some dinner. And so whatever you want for dinner, right? Look at where you're at for the day and use dinner to supplement those results, okay? The last thing I want to talk to you about is water. All of this is for naught in a dehydrated individual. You want to make sure you're taking in water, especially first part of the day. Hammer water for breakfast. Water and breakfast. That way you're on your water goals throughout the day. It helps with digestion, it helps with feeling full, it helps chase away those bad ideas, right? That's what we've been focusing on all day. Getting good stuff in, chasing away bad ideas, and staying full of good foods. Okay? If you have any questions, if you want to send this to your fellow teachers, please feel free to do so. If you want to follow, if you want to like us, if you want to subscribe, do all of that. We put out good content all the time. We've been doing it for a very long time. I wish you the very best of luck this year. If you have any other questions, please leave some comments for me below and we will get them sorted out. All right? Have a really good day. Have a wonderful year. I'll talk to you guys later.